everyone. I hope you've all been doing well. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kenzie. I have a 10-year-old stepdaughter, a 2-year-old, and 1-year-old that are both boys. Okay, I know my youngest son is 1.5 years, but these postpartum hairs, I tell ya, put you in there, stay. Try again. Today I thought it would be fun to share just some different things going on in my life recently. The exciting news is I am expecting. So I am in my 2nd trimester now, due in November, and I would truly appreciate your prayers. I am so beyond excited, of course, it's such a blessing. But it's been very difficult because I also had a miscarriage back in January, and so it's that odd time of processing that loss and the grief that I'm still experiencing from that, mixed with this just abundant joy. And so it's been kind of an odd time in that regard. Wait for grandma, slow down. Just a few moments, I'm going to tell you why it's been so hard to film, but one of the reasons is why it's currently hard to film, and my crazy hairs are back. So brief pause. Okay, long story short, in the middle of filming this, my son fell down off of a rickety bridge similar to this one on a playground. Maybe not quite as high, but it still was, I'd say, about 3 feet, and it was just kind of scary and unexpected. So that's what happened. He's okay.
I think I feel better.
You think you feel better? Okay. The boo-boo butterfly. So that interrupted my video, but I'm so thankful he's okay. And it just is that reminder that in seconds, your whole life can change if something ever was really bad. But you know, thankfully he was fine, but just a scary moment out of nowhere. I did a video a while ago about hyperemesis, and yeah, every single pregnancy, even with sitting down filming a YouTube video, it was impossible for me. I wanted to mentally sometimes, but I physically was so sick, and the few times where I wasn't, I was completely exhausted because I'm also, aw, gave him a pretend burger bun. Thank you, sir. Oh, she liked it.
Thanks.
So that's why I haven't posted in a while, if you're wondering. Although,
Don't got boo-boo.
they got a boo-boo where?
Wait on them head.
Okay, thank you.
On the back.
I don't know if I'll be able to be consistent with videos, because even the times where I'm feeling okay, I tried to film a video the other day, and I went to try to edit it, and it was just crazy because I had my other son running around, and it's just so hard with the boys sometimes. Their ages right now are kind of crazy, and with the quarantine stuff, we've been staying at home a lot, haven't really been visiting family the way we used to. Today we are, but it's kind of a rare, we haven't really been doing that much. Now I'm holding all this stuff somehow. Okay, next exciting thing is I just celebrated 4 years of marriage with my husband, and it's just a great blessing to be able to be married.
I think you got boo-boo, Mama.
I do? Oh boy. Oh yeah, so we had a fun date night.
And you put your head on
Oh
the
no, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My mom's the best. She so doesn't want to go out back to the playground, but he convinced her. So let's see, anniversary. Oh yeah, so we celebrated by, we got some takeout, and we sat in our cars and ate it, and then it started downpouring rain, but it kind of made it fun, you know? And then luckily the rain cleared up a tiny bit, and so we were able to walk around a local town and get some ice cream. There was nobody out, and I wore a mask, so I felt pretty safe about going there, and we were able to walk down and view the beautiful scenery. So it ended up being a really nice night, and just something different because I had not left the house in such a long time. Now my other son is here. Stay up here, please. Good job. No, honey, watch out. Okay, let's try this again. And now a plane is coming overhead. You want to see it? Bye-bye. Okay, so where were we? Pregnant, anniversary, grateful for that, those 2 blessings, my husband and my baby. Baby's healthy, by the way. Got an ultrasound, and my husband was able to come to my 2nd ultrasound, which was, I was so thankful because I was really nervous about that appointment for different reasons, and it was so nice to be able to have him with me. And I just feel so bad for people who can't have loved ones with them at their time of death. Like one of my neighbors is getting surgery, I think today, and she can't even bring her husband with her. He has to drop her off at the side of the hospital and leave her there, and it just breaks your heart, because there's just something so important about being surrounded by loved ones. And that's one thing that I've been trying to implement in my life more. I mean, I've always placed a high importance on my family. And then as I've gotten married and relationships have changed, I just feel like sometimes it's hard to balance all of that, and especially balancing friendships. And that's one thing recently. I have a few really awesome friends in my life, and I have several really great friends, but a few that I'm thinking of in particular. And just recently, one friend called me. She actually ended up dropping me off this book, and I just started reading it. It's called Holiness for Housewives. And one of the things it mentions, I forget where it is, I've only gotten to page 25 so far, but it was talking about how, and I think this is the premise of the book, but just as mothers, sometimes we feel like our spirituality isn't the way we'd want it to. And sometimes we say things like, oh, if I wasn't a mom with kids, I would go to daily mass every day. Sometimes it's not possible to do all these special spiritual things that maybe we would do if we were single. But it doesn't mean that what you're doing isn't important. And it was just kind of talking about how sometimes God wants us to be doing the dishes. Like, that's where he wants us to find him. And for me, being so sick, it's the point where, like, how it is for me, I can barely take care of myself, much less cooking meals every night. It makes me feel like sad in certain ways, but I just can't. And I've had to just give up the desire to be this like perfect housewife, perfect mom right now, because I can't. God is calling me to be in front of my toilet, offering up my suffering for others and praying for other people, because that's all that I can do. So obviously that's where he wants me. And so just kind of viewing my suffering in that sense that, maybe it's not what I think God would want for me, but it's what he wants for me, or I wouldn't be able to be in the situation. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but it was, this book has been really motivating to me. How to find God amid the dishes, the diapers, and the dirty laundry, all of which there's a lot of the season of life right now, but I'm very grateful. I've been feeling a lot better recently, which is good. And speaking of the topic of diapers, since I'm quarantined in my home anyway, I thought it would be a good time to potty train my oldest. So he's 2, but going to be 3 in, I guess a little over a month. So he's almost 3. And so I thought it would be a good time to try to potty train. And I've heard a lot of moms talk about the 3-day method. I wasn't sure how it would go, but it actually went surprisingly well. So I would say he's pretty much potty trained, not 100%, but completely different. So what I tried seemed to go very well. I'm grateful for the mom friends who encouraged me and shared their own tips from their experiences. So if you're going through that, talk to some other moms, because they've been there and they've done it, and they may be able to answer your questions and give out of their experience. And the final thing I thought would be interesting, I guess, to talk about briefly, it's kind of a current event in my life, but with all of the coronavirus craziness, and especially when it comes to church and churches reopening and stuff, I've been hearing so many different opinions and stances on, should we wear masks? Should we not wear masks? Should churches open up? Should they not open up? And I just feel like the last few years have been really rough politically, but then also in the church, I feel like the Catholic Church specifically, I just feel like there's so much division and things like that. So anyway, I was feeling irritated about this the other day, and I was talking about it on my Instagram, and I was so thankful that some different people DM'd me, and basically I was expressing my frustration over feeling like, why is everything an argument? Why is everything a fight? Can't we just agree that, this thing is a good idea? Or always an argument, always a liberal, conservative view on every little tiny issue. So I was very irritated about this. And some people were reminding me, and I will, should I put it here? Maybe I'll make it big. It's Matthew 10:34 39. I think it's caused a lot of people, not just me, a lot of people tension and caused troubled friendships and relationships and tension among family members who may have varying viewpoints. Do not think that I have come to bring peace upon the earth. I have come to bring not peace, but the sword. And I encourage you to keep reading this passage up until verse 39. It's full of some great insight. In his word, Christ doesn't tell us that he came for that. And so what do? Well, we really have to just focus on him. And that is, I just keep replaying. You know that song? I don't know if you know it. It's called Fix My Eyes. I want to say it's by For King and Country, but I think it is by For King and Country. It was a retreat song for a retreat I went to, but it's called Fix My Eyes. I will link it below, but it's just, I keep replaying that, like, fix my eyes on you, Lord. It's so easy to get caught up in what's going on politically, and I think we should be educated and aware and be able to defend our viewpoints, to develop some sort of viewpoint so we know what to do, and if we see an injustice, to be able to stand up for that and to defend our faith, to defend the people in our communities that we love and care about. But you know, the focus has to be Christ and keeping our spiritual lives sound and strong before anything else, and before getting caught up in the craziness, and not to let it surprise us that things are like this, because it's just how it is. I don't know why, but that's just the way the world is, and we won't have that perfect unity until heaven, and that's the joy that we can look forward to in the future. But for now, all we can do is love God, glorify him through our lives, through our actions, through what we do, know him more, love him more, and be able to serve him better. So that was kind of my encouragement recently for something that was just stressing me out a lot, and maybe it'll be something to think about for you as well. So I guess that's all for today. I know it was a little bit of a scattered video with puppies and kids and craziness. So yeah, I cannot promise you that I will be consistent with my videos or with responding to messages and emails for a while. I will try my best. I'd love to get some more videos out if I can. And like I said, I've been feeling a little better, so hopefully I have the opportunity to film some more. But it's a challenging season, and sometimes it can feel discouraging because I want to do these things. I want to film more videos and just be more present here on YouTube, and I love YouTube so much. I love the friendships I've made and the people I've been able to connect with, and I've learned so much from other people on YouTube. It has helped tremendously in my motherhood journey and just in my spiritual journey, and so it's been really wonderful. I love the fact that we live in this time where we can communicate this way, where there can be a pandemic and we can still connect to each other virtually, and that is such a gift. As I said, if you could please keep me and my baby in your prayers, I would truly appreciate that, and I will be praying for you as well. God bless you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.